On the broadcast this week, student numbers are on the rise in Independence. Details behind the increase coming up, along with alarming trends in Iowa regarding school buses and safety measures the state is looking into. All ahead in this edition of AVTN News 8. Hello, I'm Ryan Adams. Students at the Independence Junior-Senior High School were treated to a special guest speaker earlier this month. Former University of Iowa head softball coach Gail Blevins was invited by Principal Hupke to speak to grades 7 through 12 about the values of respect and teamwork. We started this episode with reaction to the speech at the Junior-Senior High School.
You develop a respect for somebody and what they have to say to kids. And just thought that what her message has always been very positive, but sometimes a little bit, some teeth into it. And I felt like in my new position, her message would resonate with students of this age level.
We're going to talk a little bit about respect, a word that you know very well. The important thing that I would ask for you to think about today is, do you live it well?
Coach Blevins gave an inspiring speech on respect and building each other up.
How many of you belong to a club, to a team, to any organization here at the school? Put your hands up. Awesome.
While comparing her experience as a coach to Iowa at the high school level, Coach Blevins made a huge impact, making every point personalized for the Mustang students.
So she spoke to students and shared with them, how do they show respect? What are some examples of, being respectful towards your team? How do you show respect towards your opponent? And then most importantly, to the kids, I think the last one of the last examples was very important, especially this day and age, was with social media. Learn to respect yourself because what you say to people is out there forever.
The Mustang Nation appreciated the opportunity to listen to what Blevins had to say. In other school district news, homecoming is coming upon us, and the week is packed full of events to support the Mustang Nation. Students can look forward to a Monday off on the week of homecoming with a JV football game at home at 6. Tuesday has the students coming back to school with Tacky Tourist Tuesday, and the gym will be packed as the Mustang volleyball team takes on Vinton-Schellsburg with the first game at 5 and the varsity game at 7:30. Wednesday's theme will be Farmer Day and America Day, with the boys' rough and tough volleyball game at 2 o'clock. The juniors will take on the seniors and 2 staff teams will go head-to-head. The winners of the 2 matches will rough it out in the finals. Later on, the junior and senior girls' powder puff teams grit it out on the football field at 7, with the 9th annual community prep rally to follow. Nostalgia hits on Thursday's theme, Throwback Thursday, where students will dress up in attire from their favorite decade. Friday is the big day with the theme, Mustang Spirit Day. The homecoming parade will commence at 1:30 with the pep rally directly afterwards. The Mustang football team kicks off at 7:30 as they take on Charles City Comets. Wrapping up the week on Saturday, the Mustang cross country team competes at home on the course beginning at 8:45 a.m. The Mustang Marching Band will also be competing in the Prairie Marching Invitational. Finally, students will have an opportunity to get down and boogie at the homecoming dance on Saturday night starting at 9. We wish the Mustang athletes the best of luck on this week of homecoming. With the school year starting up, many programs are also beginning to start up, including the Silver Cord program. The Silver Cord program provides high school students the opportunity to volunteer at the high school and in the community.
If you're a new student to Independence or a freshman and you've not received this packet, this is the Silver Cord packet that you receive, and it is on the cart outside the office that tells you all about the program and the parent information, the parent agreement form, and so forth that you need to complete. And once you've completed that, you can find me at the high school on Fridays over the lunch hour to give me the information or to leave it in the office. There's a lot of opportunities in the community. You can keep track by going to the school website under the activities and Silver Cord program, and it has a calendar that lists the activities for the community. And if not that, you might have a parent that's involved with a local organization or your church or community event that you'd like to volunteer for, and if you keep track in the local newspaper of those events, you can volunteer that way as well.
The previous school year was the most successful year, and this year looks to be more promising yet.
We've had The largest group ever graduate last year was Silver Cords, and that was about 17 kids. And that means they've donated 50 hours per year or accumulated 200 hours before graduation. And every year we add several students. 8th graders are usually pretty excited to become a Silver Cord participant in 9th grade. So we have, probably 20 to 30 kids every year join. And then of course we have some kids that get busy, get jobs and so forth that do not have the opportunity to complete the program.
Silver Cord coordinator Mrs. Maximovich says it's never too late to get involved. Music and comedy will once again be returning to the Independence Junior Senior High. Deuce's Wild Dueling Pianos will be visiting Independence once again for the wrestling program, and organizers are excited to bring this great show back.
Yeah, we're very excited to have Deuce's Wild Dueling Pianos back again this year. It's going to be Saturday, November 5th at 7:30 p.m. at the Independence Junior Senior High School Auditorium. The doors will open at 6:30. I think fans can look for the same thing they saw last year, a lot of excitement, a lot of energy, a lot of music, a great time, but in a different setting in terms of they're not going to have the same exact show, they're going to change things up. We talked to them about presenting something a little bit different this year, and they said they have multiple shows. So what they do this year should be different than what they had last year, but they assured us that the fans, the crowd, will have a great time. Our ticket sales started on September 14th on a Wednesday. We've had a great response. We don't have a lot of tickets left, so we're trying to do the best we can to sell this thing out here in the next few days and get ready for November 5th to roll around and have a great evening.
You will have the opportunity to see this show on November 5th at 7:30. Tickets have already gone on sale and have the potential of selling out. Tickets are between $20 and $30 and are on sale through the Junior Senior High School. For more information, contact wrestling coaches Keith Donnelly or Michael Doyle. The school year started off strong once again, and for a program now in its 4th year here in Independence, the Mustangs FFA chapter competed this past month in Ames at the State FFA Meet Evaluation Career Development Contest with a fast start. The team comprised of Megan Corkery, Peyton Persader, Matt Bolton, and Kirsty Martin placed 6th overall with a gold rating. Congrats to the Independence FFA team on your 6th place overall finish. Get involved. The things you do in high school will be what you remember for life. This is a sentiment as we have heard from staff members from time to time. Some students recently got to see a glimpse of what it means to appreciate the accomplishments made before graduation at the Independence Band and Choir Alumni Reunion. The Independence Music Department hosts the event, including the current high school band members and choir members. Alumni from as recent as 2016 to 1950 returned home to share stories, fond memories of the days gone by, and celebrate the accomplishments of all classes of Mustang musicians. The event was coordinated by the Music in Our Schools Foundation in support of the Independence Music Department. While the Mustangs have seen increased success in all areas, arts, athletics, and academics since moving into the new junior-senior high school, the trend continues into the new school year. Just announced this past week, senior Mustang student Grace Bertelli has been named a semi-finalist for the 2017 National Merit Scholar Competition. To qualify for the award, students taking their PSATs have to score in the top 1% of students nationally, which is exactly what Grace did this past year. Finalists and award recipients will be named in February. Grace became the 3rd student in the past 2 years to qualify for this prestigious honor. You will remember this past year both Ross Thedens and Adam Gedkin were candidates and awarded the honor. Congratulations to Grace for her achievements thus far, and the best of luck this winter. For the 4th consecutive year, enrollment is up in the Independence Community School District. While numbers won't be finalized and announced publicly until later this fall following the Department of Education's reviews on all state schools, the general consensus shows that the district added more students than students moved out of the district. According to the Iowa Department of Education, the Independence Community School District at last count during this previous school year serves around 1,400 students. During the 2013-2014 school year, the district saw an increase of 11 students. According to the district officials, the state will conduct a final count in early October, with details of the count to be released later next month. Stay tuned for follow-ups to this story in our next episode. Following a warm summer and mild start to the school year that saw some other areas' schools let out early for the heat, independent students and staff are now able to enjoy the comforts of year-round climate controls with the addition of air conditioning at West Elementary. The building that was built in the 70s as a middle school recently saw the systems completed. Newell Elementary Principal Mrs. Reed explains the impacts the system has had so far.
The more comfortable, students and staff are, the more productive we are, the more engaged we are in learning. And the more engagement we have, the higher levels of achievement and learning and application will be occurring. And so that's really what having a cooler environment has provided us with.
With all three districts' buildings having air conditioning, the district will now be able to reduce the number of early outs due to heat, which ultimately will help keep the end of the school year on time. Coming up, Mackenzie Holman will be in with news from the World News Desk, including the latest in the already chaotic election season, plus news from around the state and our communities, when the AVTN News 8 broadcast returns.
Arts, athletics, and academics. 3 A's that describe the Mustangs. With a rich history in all areas, the Mustangs strive to be the standard for excellence on all fronts. A school district second to none where students have numerous opportunities to achieve, excel, compete, and experience championship outcomes. The Independence Community School District will set you up for success during and after your career as a Mustang. Visit www.independence.k12.ia.us to learn more about how you can live the Mustang way and truly be second to none.
What can being a Mustang do for you? Let's start from the top. Being a Mustang will give you the chance to learn from some of the state's best teachers at all levels, kindergarten through high school. Being a Mustang will allow you the chance to become involved and hands-on with our state award-winning arts, athletics, plus our non-competitive activities groups. Being a Mustang will allow you to study, achieve, and grow into the person you want to be. Will you be a Mustang? For more information on the Mustang Way, visit the school's website at www.independence.k12.ia.us. Independence Community Schools. Start here, succeed anywhere.
The election season is finally upon us, and while we've known about the presidential candidates for nearly 2 years, the campaigns are really heating up. With more now, we turn to Mackenzie Holman for a look at the state and national news. Mackenzie?
In national news, politics continues to be the headlines from coast to coast, with both Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton making campaign stops all across the nation. With now less than 2 months until the election, the polls continue to tighten to a virtual tie within the margin of error, but at usually low levels. According to Politico.com, last month's poll showed Hillary Clinton leading among registered voters. As controversy surrounded Clinton's email scandal and now Trump's charity investigation, the latest Simpson College poll of 1,000 likely voters shows the polls nearly tied with a larger than normal support, undecided, or choosing a third-party candidate. The campaign trail will only continue to heat up as November's election approaches, with debates scheduled for both September and October. A controversial and bold business move by the Ford Motor Company has stirred up a firestorm of controversy. Last week, Ford released a statement informing board members and shareholders that the company is in the process of relocating its entire small car operations to Mexico. The process of migrating its operations out of the United States is expected to take 2 to 3 years to complete the transition. The company was quick to reassure the industry that its high-selling products line of trucks and vans would remain in the United States. The announcement comes at a time when the election cycle is focusing on the U.S. economy, jobs, and blue-collar issues like benefits and pay. Currently, the 3 major automakers, GM, Chrysler, and Ford, all operate facilities in Mexico, citing lower production costs. Taking a look, in Iowa, a concern across the state is continuing to be investigated by lawmakers and industry, professionals, as an alarming trend continues to rise. The number of roadway accidents involving school buses has district officials across the state considering cameras for buses, stop arms, and in some cases new LED lights for warning signals. A concern for many districts isn't the effectiveness of the cameras and safety equipment, rather it's the cost to implement the equipment. It is estimated that adding cameras to the state's estimated 90,000 school buses could cost tens of millions of dollars to the state education system and taxpayers. The cameras, if implemented on a bus, can be used to photograph cars illegally passing a stopped school bus, which can be punishable with fines as high as $700 or jail time and a loss of a driver's license. Here in Independence, many of the buses have cameras inside for passenger safety. Some of the new buses have the external cameras for road safety as well, and many have the stop arms for crossing roadways. The state is looking to reduce the number of bus-related accidents and likely will come up for discussion in the 2017 session. You may remember locally the most recent bus-related accident was during this past school year in the West Delaware School District. Finally, in state news, not only is the election cycle heated at the national level, but here at home as well. One unique part of Iowa politics is the power voters hold over the Iowa Supreme Court and the Iowa justices who serve the court. This November, 3 current serving judges will be up for a retention vote, where voters will head to the polls to either vote to retain or to remove the 3 judges. Opposition has been grassroots-based, but becoming stronger as the election nears following a change of position by the Iowa Supreme Court on sentencing policies that is similar to the change made by the U.S. Supreme Court. In 2010, religious political figure Bob Vander Plaats led a coalition to remove then 3 Iowa Supreme Justices with success over the 2009 ruling striking down same-sex marriage in Iowa. That's a look at the latest headlines from across Iowa and the nation. Now we'll turn it back over to you, Ryan.
Thanks, Mackenzie. Now a story first brought to you by our coverage partners with the Independence Bulletin Journal. The past couple of weeks have brought some noticeable changes to the north end of Independence. One longtime business in Independence has been in the process of expanding their company throughout the majority of 2016. Wapsie Valley Creamery, a longtime dairy and cheese production company along Highway 150 in North Independence, has been working hard to double its output of its cheese products. The images posted by company engineer Tyler Rasmussen show the extensive project making progress, with concrete walls being lifted by crane into position. You will remember this past spring, Wapsie Valley removed the former Cy and Charlie's building to make room for the expanded product cooling facility. The plant, which has been in business for over 100 years, employs an estimated 80 employees. In other Independence progress, the Independence Parks and Recreation Department has been seeing extensive progress made on the new municipal swimming pool project. Construction of the new pool began early this year, following the completed demolition of the former Independence Senior High School. Over the summer, crews worked to construct the main vessel walls and diving areas. This past week saw the new walls of the new bathhouse going up as crews continued to push towards a completion date and are expected to open for June of 2017. The anticipated opening next summer means that this summer was the last year for the existing pool, which opened in 1954, having served 62 years in Independence. The end is near, figuratively and literally, for one area event. Now in its 4th and final running, the Independent Zombie Run will take place later next month on October 29th at the Buchanan County Fairgrounds in Independence. While this is the end of the event's running, organizers shared on their Facebook page excitement for the event, hoping for a huge last turnout for this year's event. No details were provided as to why the event is calling this year the final in its short history. For information on the registration for the event, either as a zombie or a runner, visit the event's website at www.indyzombierun.com. The Independence Farmers Market continues on through October at the Wapsie Mill. Saturdays 8 a.m. to noon. So far this summer, spectators and patrons have enjoyed the sights, sounds, and smells of spring and summer with a wide array of baked goods, products, and decor. As fall approaches, the produces will be changing, of course, to include fall favorites like apples and assorted apple products, and baked goods. The market is a local favorite and open to the public throughout the fall. For more information on the Farmers Market, visit their page on Facebook at Indy Farmers Market. Coming up after the break, we'll take a look at your Mustang Sports Nation highlights and scoreboard. But first, a look at your Weather 8 Vision forecast with Jacob Burns.
Right. As we enter the bottom half of September, conditions will start to transition from the warmth of summer to the cool early evenings of fall. There are signs of a cool down ahead in your Weather Vision 7-day forecast. You're watching AVTN News, all things Mustang.
Looking for a great way to support the Maroon and White? Consider sponsoring AVTN. AVTN is a year-round project for the Independence AV Tech Club, which provides video services to both arts and athletics. AVTN advertising is a fundraiser for the AV Tech Club, allowing students involved to become further hands-on with the latest technology and expand our services. Over the past year, grant money, donations, and advertising have allowed our group to upgrade our productions to full HD video, increase special effects at auditorium shows, and to bigger and more energetic services for athletics. AVTN is truly made possible with your support and is a great way to connect the school with our community. To learn more about AVTN sponsorships, contact Mr. McBride, executive producer of AVTN, at tmcbride@independence.k12.ia.us or by phone at 319-334-7400. AVTN, your source for all things Mustangs.
Arts, athletics, and academics. 3 A's that describe the Mustangs. With a rich history in all areas, the Mustangs strive to be the standard for excellence on all fronts. A school district second to none where students have numerous opportunities to achieve, excel, compete, and experience championship outcomes. The Independence Community School District will set you up for success during and after your career as a Mustang. Visit www.independence.k12.ia.us to learn more about how you can live the Mustang way and truly be second to none.
Signs of fall are starting to appear in the long-range forecast not before we get through some near average and possibly rainy days this week first. By comparison, conditions so far this month have been right about average for the month of September. Our monthly averages look like this. High temperatures around the mid-70s and overnight lows to low to mid-50s. We haven't seen too many nights in the low 50s just yet, but it's not far off. Part of the reason for the changes ahead is the changes in seasons. The autumnal equinox arrives this Monday at 2:21 p.m. With the fall and winter approaching, we'll continue to see less daylight and less daytime heating. Currently through September, Iowa averages between 12 and 13 hours of daylight. By December, we'll have lost about 3.5 hours of daylight, with only 9 by the winter break. Enjoy the daylight while it lasts. As we look at the surface map for this week, we'll see rain in the Midwest moving off to the north and east as a small area of high pressure moves in over the Midwest, bringing us a nice Tuesday before storms return. Midweek with an advancing storm system from the Rockies. Wednesday looks like it should be warmer as a result, with southwest winds bringing in warmer and more humid air into Iowa. Heat and humidity will stick around into early to Thursday, with storms likely throughout the day. The rain looks to move to the northeast overnight into Friday, just in time for the homecoming parade and activities, though it may be cooler with high pressure moving in from South Dakota, which helped to bring in some cool Canadian air with northwest winds breezy at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Looking across the nation this week, we'll see high temperatures for the first part of the week, holding steady into the 80s across much of the Midwest. Temperatures will remain high and humid to our south along the Gulf Coast. Overnight, temperatures will cool into the 50s and 60s across the northern half of the country, with 70s to the south. By Wednesday, we'll see temperatures building across the Midwest ahead of Thursday's rain, with signs of the cool fall-like temperatures coming out of the Canadian into the Pacific Northwest. Bringing our view closer to home across eastern Iowa for today, except summer's sunny skies with high in the upper 70s and low 80s. Across the region with 79 here at home in Independence. 80s to our south, closer to Iowa City, and closer to 78 across the north in Decorah and Charles City. For tonight, winds will switch to the southwest, bringing in clouds late tonight with an increase in humidity. Lows tonight will remain above average, closer to the 60 area range. Tomorrow, we'll see clouds continuing to move into eastern Iowa with slightly warmer conditions. 81 here in Independence, Iowa. Iowa City will be warm spot in the mid-80s. Further to our south, with winds will be from the south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Looking out at the full weather vision 8 7-day forecast, we'll see those storms chances return by late Wednesday into Thursday, before temperatures cool off closer to our fall-like averages by the weekend into early next week. By Saturday, we could begin to see our first overnight temperatures in the 40s for the season. Signs that fall is not far off.
Thanks, Jacob. Coming up after the break, the Mustangs are midway through their fall sports campaigns. Spencer Hoffman will fill us in with the latest details of the success in the gym with your Mustang Nation scoreboard. Report after the break. You're watching AVTN News 8, all things Mustangs.
What can being a Mustang do for you? Let's start from the top. Being a Mustang will give you the chance to learn from some of the state's best teachers at all levels, kindergarten through high school. Being a Mustang will allow you the chance to become involved and hands-on with our state award-winning arts, athletics, plus our non-competitive activities groups. Being a Mustang will allow you to study, achieve, and grow into the person you want to be. Will you be a Mustang? For more information on the Mustang Way, visit the school's website at www.independence.k12.ia.us. Independence Community Schools. Start here, succeed anywhere.
With your Mustang Nation Sports, I'm Spencer Rothman. The 2016 sports season is underway, and so far teams are working hard to make progress and improvements. So far, football has been nothing but a rainy, wet season. While the team is 3 games behind the district leaders, Xavier, the Mustangs have been banged up on the offense with several key injuries following the Week 1 opener at home with West Delaware. The team looks to keep the homecoming winning streak alive with a home win against the Charles City Comets this week. So far, the football season has been going strong for the JV squad with 2 back-to-back wins to kick off the season against West Delaware and Clear Creek Amana. Best of luck to all the Mustang football players from 5th grade through varsity high school as the teams enter the second half of the season. Indoors on the courts, Mustang volleyball team has once again found themselves at the top of the division, battling towards a conference title. While the season is nearing the midpoint, the volleyball squad has racked up an impressive record of 11-2 with only 2 wins requiring extra sets. The Mustangs also sport an impressive home victory over 14th-ranked Centers Point Urbana. The Mustangs look to push towards a conference title and top 15 ranking this week with a home meet on the 20th against Vinton-Schellsburg in a homecoming WAMAC matchup. The cross-country team has been busy racking up the miles during practice and at meets while dodging the rain this summer. So far, the team has had 2 meets rescheduled due to heat or rain. Recently, the Mustang cross-country squad has had a successful start to the season with 2 competitions already under their belt. The cross-country team had medalists in both the men's and women's races, with sophomore Kaylee Hush bringing home 5th place and senior Ryan Adams with a 3rd place finish. Last Tuesday, the squad competed at Starmont. Senior Cole Turner came in with a 3rd place finish in the junior varsity race, while senior Ryan Adams brought forth a home 4th place finish in the varsity men's race. The entire team continues to beat previous personal records and has seen major improvements already. As we head to a break, here's a look at your Mustang Nation scoreboard. We'll be right back.
Arts, athletics, and academics. 3 A's that describe the Mustangs. With a rich history in all areas, the Mustangs strive to be the standard for excellence on all fronts. A school district second to none where students have numerous opportunities to achieve, excel, compete, and experience championship outcomes. The Independence Community School District will set you up for success during and after your career as a Mustang. Visit www.independence.k12.ia.us to learn more about how you can live the Mustang way and truly be second to none.
Before we wrap up this month's edition of AVTN, we've got time to take one last look at your forecast.
Yes, we'll see those storms chances return by late Wednesday into Thursday, before temperatures cool off closer to our fall-like averages by the weekend, into early next week. By Saturday, we could begin to see our first overnight temperatures in the 40s for the season. Signs that fall is not far off.
Thank you, Jacob. For myself, Mackenzie, Jacob, and Spencer, thank you for tuning in to this month's edition of AVTN. AVTN News is a production of the Students and AV Tech Club here at the Independence Junior Senior High. We, of course, always welcome your news tips at our station's email at indyavtech@gmail.com. This has been the AVTN News for September 2016. Thanks again for watching. For all of us here at AVTN News, we'll see you next time on AVTN News 8. all things Mustang. Have a great day and an even better tomorrow.